Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Dr. Afrinesh Amanat and I am going to teach you pathology of bone. First, we will discuss the basic structure and function of bone. The functions of bone include mechanical support, transmission of forces generated by muscles, protection of viscera, mineral homeostasis, and providing a niche for production of blood cells. Constituents of bone include extracellular matrix and specialized cells responsible for production and maintenance of matrix. Bone matrix is made up of organic component known as osteoid, which is 35%, and mineral component, which is 65% of the bone. The bone matrix has variety of cells which include osteocytes and osteoclasts. Osteocytes lay down the bone while the osteoclasts are responsible for reabsorption of the bone. The two cell types maintain bone homeostasis. Osteoid is made up of type 1 collagen and smaller amounts of other proteins like glycosaminoglycans. Some of the other proteins include cell adhesion proteins like osteopontin and fibronectin, calcium binding proteins, osteonectin, bone sialoprotein, and proteins involved in mineralization, osteocalcin, enzymes, growth factors, and cytokines, and some of the proteins concentrated from the serum, which include beta 2 microglobulin and albumin. The unique feature of bone matrix is hardness, and it is imparted by inorganic moiety hydroxyapatite. The bone matrix is synthesized in two histological forms, woven or lamellar. Woven bone is produced rapidly, for example during fetal life or following fracture repair. There is haphazard arrangement of collagen fibers and there is less structural integrity as compared to the lamellar bone, which has parallel arrangement of collagen fibers. In adult, the presence of woven bone is always abnormal, but it is not specific for any particular disease. In diagram A, you can see haphazard arrangement of collagen fibers. It is woven bone, and on the right side is lamellar bone, which shows parallel arrangement of collagen fibers. Cross section of typical long bone shows dense outer cortex and central medulla composed of bony tuberculi separated by marrow. This is the cross section of bone showing the hard cortical bone on the outer side and the medullary cavity in the middle, which contains bone marrow. Bone contains three types of cells: osteoblasts, which are located on the surface of matrix. They synthesize, transport, and assemble bone matrix and regulate its mineralization. Osteoblasts are derived from mesenchymal stem cells that are located under the periosteum in developing bone and additionally in the medullary space later in life. This is the histological picture showing the activity of active osteoblasts synthesizing bone matrix. Here you can see the osteoblasts are synthesizing the bone matrix, and the spindle shaped cells are the osteoprogenitor cells. In the lower diagram, you can see osteoclast, multinucleated giant cell, which is performing the function of bone resorption. Osteocyte located within the bone, and they are interconnected by intricate network of cytoplasmic processes through tunnels known as canaliculi. Osteocytes help to control calcium and phosphate levels, and they also perform the function of mechanotransduction. They detect mechanical forces and translate them into biological activity. Here you can see the osteoblasts are located on the surface of the bone. The osteocytes are located within the lacunae, and this is the marrow space. Osteoclast. Osteoclast is located on surface of the bone. They are specialized multinucleated macrophages which are derived from monocytes, and they are responsible for bone resorption. They perform the function of bone resorption by forming resorption pits. They attach to the bone matrix and create a sealed extracellular trench. There they secrete acid and neutral proteases, principally MMPs, matrix metalloproteinases, and then these enzymes resorb the bone. This is the histological picture showing multinucleated osteoclast, and here it is causing resorption of the bone by forming bone pit. And here you can see the ruffled border. Ruffled border is basically projections where the plasma membrane of osteoclasts contact bone matrix. During embryogenesis, the long bones develop from cartilage mold by the process of enchondral ossification. And you are already familiar with enchondral ossification in histology. You have studied the steps. These are the various stages of enchondral ossification. Other type of ossification is intramembranous ossification, which is responsible for the development of flat bones. Example is bones of cranium. They are formed by osteoblasts directly from fibrous layer of tissue without cartilage inlegation. Homeostasis and remodeling. The adult skeleton appears static, but it is actually constantly turning over in tightly regulated process known as remodeling. Remodeling takes place at microscopic locus known as bone or basic multicellular unit BMU, which consists of a unit of coupled osteoblast and osteoclast activity on bone surface. And this is carried out by cell-to-cell interactions and cytokines. Very important signaling pathway that controls remodeling involves three factors: receptor activator of NF-κB, RANK, which is expressed on osteoclast precursor. Osteoclast precursor is monocyte circulating in the blood. RANK ligand, which is expressed on osteoblasts and merostromal cells. The third is osteoprotegrin. Osteoprotegrin is decoy receptor made by osteoblasts that can block the interaction of RANK with the ligand. RANK signaling activates transcription factor NF-κB, which is essential for the generation and survival of osteoclasts. This is a very beautiful diagram showing you the interaction of RANK with its ligand. The spindle-shaped cell is stromal cell or osteoblast, which contains the ligand. The receptor RANK is located on monocyte, which is the osteoclast precursor. When this interaction between the ligand and receptor occurs in the presence of colony stimulating factor, the result is differentiation of precursor into osteoclast. Here you can see another receptor, osteoprotegrin, which performs the opposite function of this interaction. It blocks RANK ligand interaction. Some of the other pathways include monocyte colony stimulating factor produced by osteoblasts and WNT proteins produced by various cells. Bone resorption or formation can be favored by tipping RANK to OPG ratio. Several factors are involved: hormones and cytokines. The mechanisms which favor bone resorption are parathyroid hormone, interleukin-1 and glucocorticoids. They promote osteoclast differentiation and bone turnover. BMPs and sex hormones, estrogen and testosterone, they produce OPG and they block osteoclast differentiation. Peak bone mass is achieved in early adulthood after cessation of skeletal growth. However, it is determined by many factors. Congenital anomalies. Congenital anomalies of the skeleton can be localized or global. Localized abnormality in migration and condensation of mesenchyme is known as diastosis, and global disorganization of bone or cartilage is called dysplasia. Diastosis results from defect in formation of mesenchymal condensation and their differentiation into cartilage inlayage. The common forms include aplasia, complete absence of bone or digit, extra bones or digits, supernumerary digit, and abnormal fusion of bones, syndactyly or craniosynostosis. This is incomplete syndactyly and complete syndactyly. Craniosynostosis, abnormal fusion of the skull bones. Dysplasia, disorders with generalized abnormality of skeleton, and diastosis is disorders with abnormality of single or multiple bones. In dysplasia, phenotype continues to evolve throughout the life, while in diastosis, the phenotype remains static throughout the life. This dysplasia in bone is different from the dysplasia you study in neoplasia. Dysplasia arises from mutation in genes that control development or remodeling of entire skeleton. In bone, the term dysplasia implies abnormal growth rather than premalignant lesion. Achondroplasia. Achondroplasia is asked in multiple choice question. It is the main cause is mutation in fibroblast growth factor receptor 3. Most common skeletal dysplasia and major cause of dwarfism. And it is autosomal dominant disorder resulting from retarded cartilage growth. The affected individuals have relatively normal trunk length. There is shortening of the proximal extremities, enlargement of the head with bulging forehead, and depression of the root of nose. All these abnormalities are not associated with changes in longevity, intelligence, or reproductive status. The trunk is of relatively normal length, however, there is proximal extremity shortening, frontal bowsing of the head, flattening of the nasal bridge, and varus deformity. Osteogenesis imperfecta. The other name is brittle bone disease. Phenotypically diverse disorder caused by deficiency in the synthesis of type 1 collagen. Most common inherited disorder of connective tissue. Principally it affects the bones but also affects other tissues which are rich in type 1 collagen, joints, eyes, ears, skin, and teeth. Whenever multiple choice question comes about osteogenesis imperfecta, you are given the clue of hearing loss or bluing of the sclera. It usually results from autosomal dominant mutation in alpha 1 and alpha 2 chains of collagen. Many of these mutations involve substitution of glycine residue in triple helical domain. The main abnormality is too little bone. Skeletal is very fragile. Other findings include blue sclera caused by decreased collagen content, making the sclera translucent and allowing partial visualization of the underlying choroid. Sensorineural hearing loss and impeded conduction due to abnormalities in the bones of middle ear, and dental imperfections, small mishappen, and blue-yellow teeth secondary to deficiency in dentin. Here you can appreciate there is bluing of the sclera, the denture is malformed, and there is too little bone on X-ray. It can be separated into multiple clinical subtypes. Type 2 variant is the most extreme one because it is fatal in utero or during the perinatal period. Individuals with type 1 form have normal lifespan despite susceptibility to fractures, particularly during childhood. Type 1 is compatible with survival. Type 2 is the most lethal one. Skeletal radiograph of a fetus with lethal type 2 osteogenesis imperfecta. Here you can appreciate the bone density is minimal. Thank you, class.